You found the Sharks Broadcast podcast. Subscribe, and if you like what you hear, give us a 5-star rating.
Stupid.
Why is everyone so stupid?
I know you think I'm stupid, don't you?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
You are a stupid, stupid man!
Stupid News brought to you by Driscoll Law Firm, Injury Law, Family Law. They're online at DriscollSeacoastLaw.com. This is kind of a cute story down in Tennessee, Sarah. It was an assisted living home facility.
Yes.
And there's a wing there. You know, you're kind of locked in. It's kind of, minimum security because, you have patients there with Alzheimer's, dementia.
Yep.
So
sometimes they try and get out of the joint.
Yeah. And sure enough, that happened. A married couple were together, and the old man made a break for it. You know how? He was in the military. He was in Morse code, and he figured out the tones of the lock on the door.
Get out.
He memorized the sound of it, and just because, that's what he did in the military.
I love this story.
Said, hey, babe, let's go. So that's it. They're gone. They were gone for a half an hour, but being, they're about 90, half an hour only gets you about one block down the road.
Oh, did they get tired and come back?
And they found them. Yeah. So there we go. About a half hour after they escaped. It just reminds me of like the joke or that cartoon where there's a snail on the back of a turtle and the snail is going, hey, will you slow down?
That is a great story.
So they were found and, returned safely and everything. Interestingly enough, this became such a local phenomenon that the home was fined $2,000 for allowing their escape as it was. So, they were...
The assisted living home was fined?
Yeah, it became such a story that, they said, you can't have your people escaping and walking down the road. So yeah, they ended up getting a fine for that. But it's like the great escape of 2021. Hey babe, we're gonna blow this pop stand. Let's go.
Get out of here, Ethel. Bruce Springsteen coming up next on the Shark this weekend. It's 6:25. It's a Shark Morning Show. Did you catch any of the Derby?
It was a wonderful race. Wire to wire. Medina won it. Just pretty much led from the beginning to the end. But
it was at Spirit, and it was they all have weird names.
Yeah.
What was the name of the horse?
It was probably Medina Spirit. I think that's right.
That's right.
The eight horse finished 8 and 7. The 7 horse came in second. Pretty much from beginning to end, but it was really, really close the whole time. It was a really nice Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
And of course, terrific race was had and fun was had by all. In the meantime, the entire NFL draft is going on. But no. What does the whole world focus on? Our TB12.
Right.
Tom Brady.
Yep.
He was wearing a suit.
And it's a very fashionable suit. Haters gonna hate though. I think what did it, there were a bunch of men in suits, obviously. It's a Kentucky Derby. People get really dressed up for it. It was the hat that people are freaking out
Yeah,
over.
a broad-rimmed top hat, basically. It's got the shiny sunglasses, polka dot tie, pocket square, and, people think that, he looked like, and justly so, looked like Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
He's gonna kill all of Toontown.
Other comparisons, they said it looks like he's just about to open the Ark in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
The preacher in Poltergeist. Do you remember that? God is in his holy temple. That guy.
That guy was scary.
Wicked.
Yeah, Poltergeist 2, yeah. I just love getting around. Yeah, that guy's creepy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But a lot of comments on this particular photo. This guy, John, said, why do people think this dude is newsworthy? It's not like he's behind some great humanitarian effort for the betterment of mankind. Au contraire, John, on this Twitter. I think he is. I think that's his whole mission, is to make people better.
Yeah, I mean, he's made a whole segment of the northeast of America happy. Now the whole segment of the southeast of America is happy.
Worldwide, I think he talks about being a better human.
Yeah,
both physically, mentally, emotionally, the whole deal.
Sure. Lots more so than some guy on Twitter just saying mean things.
Exactly.
I did like this one. Aaron Rodgers was there. Aaron Rodgers, of course, a lot more laid back looking than Tom Brady. And somebody said Aaron Rodgers looks like he's at the Kentucky Derby to arrest Tom Brady.
Oh,
it's true. Kind of looks like, like one of those old cop movies.
I have an old picture of Tom Brady and Big Papi and David Ortiz at the Kentucky Derby.
Ooh.
And they were both dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
And I believe that Tom always wears a hat. Like he had a hat on in this other, picture too.
It's a traditional look. You go to the Kentucky Derby, you got to have a hat.
You don't see people making fun of all the women that were wearing their poofy hats, and there were some silly looking hats at the Derby.
Those things are gigantic.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got Survivor and the Bee Gees up next on The Shark. On Friday night, when Exeter's own Hunter Long was drafted by Miami.
This is so great.
Woo! Oh,
I mean, you
congratulations, Hunter.
Because this never happens. Seacoast of New Hampshire, we've got a kid going and everybody's talking about him, and he gets picked in the draft.
It's unbelievable.
I literally cannot remember the last time that happened. But then when you calm down, this is me, being a Patriots fan. I calm down and I go, oh, man, the AFC East, because he went to Miami, the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
A proud franchise, but they're just such a rival, that you go, ooh, you have to, I guess it's not the Jets, but still.
It's not the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, their family has to be happy it's not the Jets. By the way, speaking of the Jets, oh, my Lord. So David, like you, was obsessed with the draft. We watched it all weekend.
Yeah.
We went to visit his brother. And he's like, yeah, let's go someplace where there's television so he could watch the draft.
Oh,
so
much fun.
If you say so. I don't know what's fun about it.
Well, I'm right there with you with other people talking about the draft before the draft happens. But when it's on and it's happening, then, those are the 2 days where you should be able to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's no girls. I was looking around for girls. There's no girls. You know where the girls are? They're with the fans. They're with the family.
Oh.
But the actual room
where
it's in, there's no girls.
Oh, with people celebrating?
No, the podium
Susie Colbert was on one of the panels.
Yeah, out of 10,000 people in that room or whatever? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, that's not that really bothers me. I don't really care. It's a boys thing. Let it be a boys thing. I don't care. But to be that obsessed about it, anyway.
Well, for 3 days, it's going on. I agree with that. And when somebody from Exeter,
that was exciting.
Gets picked 81st overall.
I did on Friday. Every single time there was another team up, I was hoping it would be Hunter's name.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Hunter Long. They're going to say your name. They're going to say it. All night on Friday, I was into it. And then it got later and later and later. I'm like, oh, forget it.
Yeah. I was asleep, too, because he got picked very late.
Yeah, he did.
At night. So, yeah.
And then I woke up to go pee, and David, he was literally half asleep. He was like, I came back to bed, and he's like, Hunter's going to Miami. I'm like, what? You can't just say that half asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
It's so neat because you're in your living room and then you get picked, and then it's just the traveling secretary gets in touch with you and you are off and you're meeting the team like it's like a whirlwind.
So he's already gone?
Yeah. He had his video from Miami. So this happens Friday night. He was in Saturday. He goes, just landed in Miami for the first time. Excited to be here and get to work. Let's go.
Woo, yeah.
Like 12 hours later.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Hunter. We're really, really proud of you. We've got Modern English on the way next on The Shark.
SeacoastCurrent.com.
All powered by LDI Solutions, online at LDISolutions.com. Here's what's happening. A man drives 25 miles in the wrong direction on Route 93 and 101, police say. And a motorcyclist dies in a Dover crash. There she is, Miss New Hampshire crowned after 2 years. All these stories and more on the free-to-download Seacoast Current app for details. Be current. Stay current at SeacoastCurrent.com. Shark Sports and weather coming up next. Shark Morning Show with Sarah and A-Train. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to your Monday. It is time now for the Brain Strain. We've got a Kittery Trading Post gift certificate up for grabs for you, and that is highly sought after.
Yeah, Kittery Trading Post. Outfitters are now outfitting the great outdoors since 1938. Route 1 in Kittery, KTP.com. So, Sarah, the most common place that we New Englanders lose our cell phone is here.
In the bathroom at Margaritas after you've had a couple by accident?
It is not in the can of a restaurant. It is not
tequila.
in the Yeah, no, Cinco de Mayo coming right up. That's a very topical guess.
I've got my little shaker here.
Yeah, so the most common place that we New Englanders lose our cell phone is here. And I'm trying to think of the connection why, but I just can't. Maybe I'll figure it out. But yeah, New Englanders, they're losing their cell phone. The most common place they lose it is here.
All right. Where is it that we're talking about? 877-45-SHARK. If you get the answer that we're looking for, you get the gift certificate to Kittery Trading Post. Good luck. A-Train. It's very true. We're playing the Brain Strain. By the way, I wanted to mention Mark Cohn has a song. If you can at all bear it, if you're a parent, there's a song called The Things We've Handed Down by Mark Cohn. If you are a parent, get a tissue and some privacy and go ahead and give it a listen.
There we go.
It's a tearjerker. Anyway, your question for the Brain Strain today?
Yeah, we got a cell phone question. The most common place that we New Englanders lose our cell phone is here. Where is it?
877-45-SHARK. Up for grabs. We've got a KTB gift card for you. Good morning. What's your guess?
I would think like a grocery store.
Hey now.
Very
Talking
nice.
on your phone.
A grocery store.
Very nice.
That is correct.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice. Is this Dennis?
Who else?
Hey, what up, Dennis?
All right, Dennis.
Hang on just one sec, okay?
I will.
All right, hang on.
So you
There
got
it is.
you get your phone with you, and then maybe you put it on the shelf or something when you're getting the minute rice. You know?
Right. Well, it's in the rice section if you're getting the minute rice. So, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm thinking of different places you can maybe put it down in, the cantaloupes or something, Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Produce is a very, very dangerous place for me to put things down and leave them.
Yep.
With me, it's keys. It's not so much.
Oh, yeah.
Twice I've had to go back into the grocery store and get my keys.
That is the keys. You're not going to get very far. That's the thing.
No.
You're not going to say, I forgot my keys and then drive off because, isn't that awful, though?
It is. It's complete. Oh, my God.
You know what I do?
What?
I throw them out. I have my keys in my hand. Let me just throw this in this garbage can here. I did that.
Oh, God, really?
I did that with my wallet once. If I have something to throw away and something very important is in my hand with me, no, it doesn't matter.
Throw the whole thing away?
I do that with my keys and I did that with my wallet one time. Yeah.
Were you in a public place with the garbage? Or
yeah. It was a gas station about 10 years ago, my wallet. And I never found it. And it was one of those deals where it was like a week later, I'm like, I must have thrown it out in the garbage. I had to cancel all my credit cards and get a new license and everything.
Wow.
Oh, that was a whole process.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Don't throw away your wallet. That's bad.
No, don't do that. I remember, speaking of, leaving things behind and being a parent, one time I left my keys on the rotary thing in Walmart. You know the rotary thing at the end of the cash register?
Yes.
When you're bagging stuff?
Yep.
So, of course, I always ran at 150 miles per hour, right? So I'm sure I was rushing. I'm sure I had my beloved son with me who if I had to do it over again, Colin, I would slow down. FYI. But anyway, I left my keys on the little rotary thing.
Yep.
We get out to the car. I'm like, where are my keys? Where are my keys? Where are my keys? And he's little. He's maybe 6 or whatever. He's like, oh no! His little head immediately goes to, we're going to have to sleep in the parking lot of Walmart.
Of course, yeah.
He doesn't even know.
Yep.
But I went back in.
Because at the time, that's just it. We'll never move the car again.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. We'll never. But anyway, I moved it back in, and that's where they were, on that place. But talk about being terrified.
Oh, yeah.
Ay. Coming up, we got Corey Hart and Foreigner on the Shark. It's a Shark Morning Show with Sarah and A-Train. Just played the Brain Strain. The most common place that we lose our cell phone is the grocery store.
Yeah, I wondered for a while. I think I got it because people nowadays, the list function on your grocery list. With me, I'm so old school and analog. I guess I'm still writing it down on like a strip of paper. I got to
Me too.
Yeah, when I go for multiple items,
Yeah.
I go
Write it
old
down.
school, and I kind of go like I picture the place where I'm going, and I go in that order. You know, I don't really look at that like I'm looking at my cell phone. If I'm looking at my cell phone, I'd want to check Twitter or if somebody's texting me. Then I'm standing there, you know, in the frozen food section, just looking at my cell phone.
You do it by department because David does it by department.
Yeah, I will.
We have a list on the table, and then it'll start with produce.
Yep.
Like if I say, "Oh, we need green peppers," he'll put it in the produce section of the list.
Yep.
Which I'm just not. That's not how my brain works.
Yeah, I go from like certain, you know, like the Summersworth Market Basket. I always start where like the eggs and the cheese is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will go from there. But if I'm going to Hannaford, then it's the produce first.
Totally different setup.
Yep. Yeah. No matter where I'm going, that's how my list goes in that order. Yeah. That's it. You got to plan to do it. But a lot of folks will do it. You'll see them with their cell phones. So that makes sense as to why we're losing our cell phones at the grocery store more than anywhere else.
I bet that's so terrifying. You know what's even more terrifying? If you lose your cell phone in the grocery store, someone is trying to be helpful by saying, "Well, what's your number? I'll call you." Okay, good idea. But what if you have your ringers off? Our phone is off when we're in the studio.
Yep.
So I leave here and I rarely forget. I rarely remember to turn the ringers back on.
Yep.
So I go all day. People are like, "I called you." Well, you know, if I lost my phone and somebody said, "Oh, I'll call you to get it," nope, it's not going to happen.
No, I have mine on Do Not Disturb from 8 at night until 9 a.m. And that seems to work for me. There's years and years.
Setting?
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, it's got a DND on there.
Oh, see?
For hours.
It's technology. Anyway, there you go. Yes, we lose it the most at the grocery store. Coming up, I'm going to tell you a situation where I lost my cell phone. Oh, boy. And I'll tell you why and how I got it back. Coming up next on The Shark.
Hi, this is Steve. SeacoastCurrent.com.
All right, what's trending? All powered by LDI Solutions, online at LDISolutions.com. A motorcyclist dies in a Dover crash. In a separate story, a man drives 25 miles in the wrong direction on Route 93 and 101 over the weekend. And welcome to Miami. Oh, yeah. Exeter's Hunter Long is ready to work for the Dolphins. We're going to have more sports and weather on the way. Download the Seacoast Current app for details on those stories and more. Be current. Stay current at SeacoastCurrent.com. His autobiography is me. I picked it up the other day. Haven't started it yet because I was still into another book, and I've since given that back to the woman who lent it to me, Kira.
Oh, didn't make the cut, huh?
No, Kira from next door had me borrow Lessons from Giselle Bündchen.
Oh.
And although I like the beginning of it, you know, it was interesting in the beginning how her very first rule above everything is discipline. I think she wrote the book for her kids, is what I think.
Okay. That would make sense, you know, passing on lessons to them.
Yeah.
That's you know, that's nice. That's admirable that you would be thinking that way.
It is. And I could not get out of my head every time I was reading a sentence, the accent that she has.
Yeah. Was it actually her or was it she have like a ghostwriter?
I am assuming that it was her because it was very train of thought.
Okay.
And I mean, she's not a writer, right? So it wasn't the best written book that I had ever read in my life.
I actually did that with Neil Young. Neil Young wrote his autobiography, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't follow his train of thought. It was too jarring to me, where I was just like, well, that's certainly Neil. I can't do this.
Right.
You know?
Writers are writers for a reason.
Yep.
Because they know how to paint a picture and they know how to, you know, put sentences together and all that.
Yeah.
But it was very much her voice, you know.
Okay.
Which was fine. I mean, she had some good lessons. Like the number one thing is discipline. She said that she's very disciplined. And you can see that in the life that she leads, you know. That's also her personality.
Yep.
She also expressed how the model, Giselle the model, she refers to as her and she. She separates those two people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would think when you're that big a personality, keep in mind, she's like 10 times the star that Tom Brady is, which, on the world level, which is unfathomable. I can't even think of how that is, but I would think you would have to separate yourself from that persona.
Right. She's a down-home girl at heart, though. That much I did learn.
Huh.
And then I gave the book back to Kira.
Okay.
When in Rome and Collective Soul coming up next on The Shark.
Who are you? Who are you?
We're the Shark Morning Show with Sarah and A-Train, and it's time to play Who Are You? A fun and simple game where you pick a celebrity, give the other person 3 or more clues to try to figure out who that celebrity is. That's how you play. I don't know about this one, Sarah. I hope you get it. I hope I'm throwing things in the right direction. This works out better than this has a potential of being a situation.
Okay.
But I thought it'd be a lot of fun since, we're in the month of May to have people and stars and celebrities and even fictional people that have the word May in their name or nickname.
Okay.
This guy did not. Fictionally, he did. Fictionally, this guy pitched for the Boston Red Sox from 1972 to 1978. He was a relief pitcher, and he wore number 16.
Me? Are you kidding me?
He then went on, did this pitcher to own a bar in Boston.
I don't know. I don't have any idea.
He was
Curtis Mayfield is all I can think of.
Oh no, he was portrayed by a guy who was in 3 Men and a Baby.
He was what? He was
portrayed by the actor who was also in 3 Men and a Baby, played Dr. John Becker.
No.
And then also in real life, this actor is married to the actress Mary Steenburgen. He's also romantically linked to Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, it's what's his face? Okay, the guy Cheers.
Yeah.
He ran the bar.
Yeah.
At Cheers.
I'll stop. Sam.
Yeah.
Malone.
Yeah.
And his
real name is Sam, isn't it?
No, it's Ted Danson.
Oh, Ted Danson.
And his nickname, I thought this was going to be the roughest one, so I started with a tough one. His nickname is Mayday Malone. Mayday Malone.
I never would have gotten that. Not in a million billion years.
Okay. I thought with the Boston thing, the Cheers thing would be kind of cool.
Well, we're out of time today for Who Are You?
I did it pretty quick.
Let's see. It's this guy's birthday today. Oh, whoops. I'm hitting the wrong button. Here we go. It's this guy's birthday. Let's see.
May 3rd.
May 3rd. I'm going to give you one clue.
Okay.
Wow. I feel good.
That's the most, the hardest working man in show business. Mr. Excitement himself, James Brown.
James Brown, Godfather of Soul. Yes, indeed. Excellent. It is his birthday today. Born in 1933, passed away in 2006. So maybe, get your funk on today.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been doing his dance over here. I don't think the way I dance is anything like the way he dances, or he danced. There's no way, but I'm trying.
If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Now for the workday kickoff, 3 hours of continuous classic hits, commercial free. What was your favorite part of today so far, Train?
Well, we had the discussion of sports running into sports with the Kentucky Derby and Tom Brady dressed the way he was, and the fact that TB12, they don't talk about the horse that won the Kentucky Derby. They just talk about TB12.
Yep.
And they're all jealous of him, and they're all a bunch of haters.
They are.
And I think that he even won the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
And I love talking about it.
I know. He even won the Kentucky Derby. Not exactly. My favorite part of today hasn't even come up yet, because I can't believe we have not yet talked about the mystery that was solved. Tom Caron, who was on the show on Friday,
that's right,
solved the mystery of the cap, the baseball cap that Alex Cora was wearing, and apparently Nana is a big fan.
Yep.
Right.
Nana, a big fan of Alex Cora, manager Alex Cora, and she thought his hat, the logo, looked raggedy. Well, the logo is from their spring training hat. There was a spring training design, and the players and Cora loved the design. It's made from the secondary logo, those two socks. So it's just all mushed up socks everywhere.
Mushed together.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
it's not frayed. It's just like the patches on the socks.
Well, you know, Nana.
Yeah. So I told her that last night, and she just kind of like, oh, okay.
Underimpressed.
Yeah. I was like, Nana, I went to New England's most beloved sports personality for this information. He made it an assignment of his. This is what we got. And he's like, oh, okay. That's what it is, and that's what it is, I guess. There we go. That's it.
We've got Huey Lewis in the news to kick off the work day. That's up next on The Shark.
Live from the Seacoast.
This is Morton from